Yep, it's another NEC Versa video. This time, we got the... Well, I'll talk about it a little more when we get it. Let's just open the darn box. You're probably thinking, what the heck does he have in this thing that's so freaking giant? Well, let's see here. Well, that's not it. Hewlett-Packard battery wipes or something about this? Wow, this guy... and here it is. Got the power cable right here. And then we have this. I'm gonna get it out of the bubble wrap before we take a look at it. We just open the bubble wrap and there's another bunch of... There's this extra layer of stuff right here. And these people knew how to pack. So what we have here is an AT&T Globalist DS, Globalist docking station. This is actually an NEC Versa docking station 2, but packaged as a AT&T product, because AT&T had laptops. They basically had versions of the NEC Versa made under their name, mainly the 3180 and the 3182, just to name a couple, usually the higher end models. You can see up front we've got ports for PS2 keyboard, PS2 mouse, which is nice because I can hot swap that stuff, headphones, and a microphone, which also I believe doubles as line in. And then we have this vent here. When we move up into the unit, this is the docking station connector right here, which I can confirm is correct, and it is a robust little connector. These did have a top piece that went on them. I'm going to actually build my own that's wood grain. Yeah, shades of LGR, man. So, yeah, and as you can see, it's made to accommodate those laptops. I don't have mine in the room with me. I'm going to clean this up and probably do some mods on it, but we'll probably record all that after I'm done getting some of the initial reconfiguration on the lab done. When we look on the side, there's a handy carrying divot. This is the release lever for the laptop. Key lock, which is thankfully unlocked. Flip around back. Power switch, cable to connect into the power into it. Fan. Here's the label up close. Globalist DS. You have a parallel port, serial port, VGA port, and 2 ISA slots, and perfectly they don't have any things in them, so because I'm planning to put a NIC and a possibly a sound card in here, and then of course a vent, an opening for your PCMCIA cards, and the other grabbing handle. According to the NEC Versa manual, there's actually 3 screws you have to remove to get the top cover off. There's one in back here, right there, and then there's the 2 here on the docking station connector. Of course, I've already got the cover loosened, so it just pops right off like my old IBM PC-330 did, I believe. Let's go try and... There we go. That's the cover off. Let's see, we have a slot cover floating around in there. Let's take a look at what we've got here. We've got what appears to be provisions for a sound card. Nice. So I guess I can put like a sound blaster in here and use it with my 40EC. And there's the interface board, which is the main part of it. And over here we have the cable running to the front panel with the LED lights in it. We've got a CD-ROM drive, of course, running into the interface board. And looks like we have a second connector here for a floppy drive. So if I wanted to put a 5 1/4 in this thing, I probably could. Not sure really what I'm going to do with it yet. Entirely. Let's dust it out and maybe grab some hardware from my hardware bin and we can stick it in there. Here's my bin of spare parts. Wife's on the phone in the background. The old box for the 4001 battery. As you can see, I got a bunch of backup cards in here. So we're going to select a NIC and a sound card for this DS docking station. That should do it. So now I got both cards installed in there. I got the audio plug that goes to the front jack there. Just gotta screw them in, which I found the screws over here. So yeah, we're pretty well set up, I think. I'll put it all back together and then probably power it on for the first time. Cards are installed. We got the Versa 40EC plugged into it, and it's working. Power, battery is charging, hard drive light is on. No floppy light. I couldn't get the cable to work for this CD-ROM drive, but we'll eventually get a different cable for it so I can have audio from CD. F1 to auto setup utility. So, flash ROM equipped, of course. Let's turn somewhere where we can actually see. Please wait. Collecting auto setup data. Gotta love the noise this thing makes. I'm gonna build a wood lid for this too that opens the whole top to it. CMOS RAM has lost power as incorrect checksum. Configuration settings are those found during power on self-test. You may want to verify these selections and update them if necessary. Let's hit enter. I don't know why my CMOS checksum is being crazy. Makes RAM, power management high. Comms. Communication settings. Looks like a serial port. All set up. Parallel port mode, unidirectional. Drives. Advanced. Power. Backlight. So, yeah, looks like it's working.
That day, I kind of looked to do some various testing with the internet using the network adapter. Of course, I switched out the types of cards to a different type than were in the video. SMC 8416 and a Sound Blaster Pro 2.0 16-bit card. You can see here we're surfing around in Lynx browser for DOS, which it does pretty good. This was before I discovered the graphical mode, so anyway, if you were wondering, that docking station, I designed the top for it, which extends over the full length of the docking station, unlike the factory one. I wanted this because I wanted a little more space around the top of the computer where I could set things, including like the keyboard and mouse when I'm not using it. You can see I did all the measurements, even though it's probably the roughest design layout ever done. There's me gluing all the planks of wood together, which was like a support frame for a new couch we bought, and I just sawed it up and glued it together. This was a lot easier than working on a guitar, that much is for sure, because it was all just right angles and it was plywood that I used. You can kind of see the top lid before I had finally finished the layout and design, and I just sort of put it there because a place to store it. Later I had to cut that whole top out with a jigsaw, and then had to use my sander to go ahead and sand it down to size and get it fit perfectly like that. And then had to build a nice butcher block level top out of some more surplus packaging plywood to build the top section for it, which as you can see gives me a lot of real estate, so I can put a fairly large monitor on there. Adds support structure underneath too, so it's pretty sturdy. It holds my Micron SVGA CRT pretty darn well. And so far I'm really liking this setup. I mean, it works with all the different computers, including the P75, M75, and the Versa 40EC. It also works with all the other Versa series laptops. Who knows if I'll collect all those or not, but I've kind of working on building up spares because I intend to use these for the long term. Anyway, that's it, and see you in the next video.